Uh, One incident, I'll never forget it. We were up, usually when you're up fighting there, there'll be a bunch of fellows on the line, and right behind there'll be two or three guys sleeping. That's how we got our sleep. So this day, Danny Cohen, I'll never forget the name, Danny Cohen from Brooklyn, New York, get up. And I said, "What are you doing, Danny?" He says, "Oh, I gotta go to the bathroom." I said, "No, what the hell is raining here? We're sleeping in water." I mean, I said, "Take a pee and you'll warm yourself up." He said, "No, I'm gonna go home now." I said, "Well, what's wrong?" He said, "I've been in five engagements. I'm gonna go home." He got up. I never saw him again. I don't know what happened to him. I tried to get a hold of him in Brooklyn, New York. I had his address and everything. I don't know to this day what happened.
You just walked away?
Just walked away. I'm going to go home. So, and that's about 40 days worth of fighting. In between, we had a lot of skirmishes. There was a lot of stuff that went on that I would rather not talk about. You know, it's just too much.
Well, yes, there were certain times where hundreds of guys would be trying to, come, attack us, and this is where we were already up on the hill with all our machine guns and rifles ready, and that's where we saw men going down and other men picking up their weapons, and and then we would give them time afterwards to come and pick up their wounded and their dead, and we give them their respect anyway. And we had friends from New York, and we had friends from Virginia. People that you come across, and you just seem to gel together pretty good, and then you become more or less buddies. They try to discourage that. In any combat situation, I guess it's best not to get too friendly with your buddies, because tomorrow they may not be here. But it happens. Hey, even though it happens, I mean, you have good friends that you seem to hang around with more than others. So that was good. I remember a lot of good people, and Tony, Anthony Rosati, we call him Tony. He was Italian, and he came from pretty much the same kind of family life that I had, and so we had that in common. And so we would talk about home. We would talk about different things that his family would do, and I would compare with the way my family would. And we got to be fairly good friends for quite a while until this situation happened. And it was pretty tough.
When you also had to, when you went out, you carried a lot of gear, particularly on a battalion-sized operation. It was nothing to carry 100 pounds of gear on your back and still have to be mobile. The machine gun that I carried weighed 25 pounds. A 100-round belt of ammo weighed 12 pounds. I used to carry a 150-round belt in the gun, 3 bandoliers, so that's 36 pounds right there. Flak jacket, canteens. I had a .45 caliber pistol with clips for that. You had a little first aid kit, a battle dressing kit. So you carried a lot of stuff, and you still had to move around, and it was hot. Every day was over 100 degrees, humid. We had a rainy season, which was making everything very wet. You were always wet because you were always either sweating or in a tropical rain, or you were going through rice paddies sometimes up to your chest. And you had to deal with leeches, snakes. The leeches were the worst thing to deal with. When they got on you, you had to burn them out with a cigarette, get the head out. If you try to just pull them out, the head would stay in and get infected, things like that.